Hey, Sharon, can you hear me? Hello, hello.
There you are.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic. Fantastic. So what's been happening?
I've been distracted still. I need to get back in the loop, and I saw that, we got what, it's I need to get back in the ball.
Good. Glad to have you back then. I know sometimes this takes a little bit. I was telling a couple people, I did an interview yesterday with a gal that lives in Spain, and I was telling her I took vacation, and it was a week off. I thought I was going to do some work, and I took my laptop with me, and it just didn't happen. And that was almost 3 weeks ago now, and I'm just now finally getting caught up and getting
I
some
know.
things done. So you kind of get out of
Well, that happened to me too. I took a week vacation, and then I just kind of like never got back. And I got a couple other vacations coming up right now. At this time, I don't know. It's crazy. I'm going to Niagara Falls next month, and then I'm going on a cruise in November. So
You are breaking up. I don't know if you can still hear me or not. Let me do one thing. I'm going to be right back. There you go. Can you still hear me? You were breaking up there for a minute.
Yeah, you were breaking up too, but I hear you now.
Okay, great. So where are you taking your cruise to?
Well, we're leaving out of Tampa, Florida, and we're going to Key West, Honduras, Guatemala, and Costa Maya, Mexico.
Wow, that's a nice one. We did, my wife and I, for our 30th, we went out of Florida and we did the Caribbean islands. It was a 14-day cruise that we did, and it was a lot of fun.
Wow.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, I went on one last year. We went to Grand Cayman and Honduras and Belize and Cozumel. So it was similar, but different places.
Yeah, which is nice because you break things up a little bit. You get to go see a couple of different things as well. Ours was good because we did both sides, but because it was 14 days, it went out and did the one side of the Caribbean, and then we came back, offloaded, onloaded passengers, and went to the other side. So you actually lost a day back in port. So it was kind of one of the things. I don't know if I'd do that again. So I'd rather keep traveling to different spots than have to go back to the same spot. So
yeah.
Soledad, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Okay.
You're good?
Okay.
You're here. You're here.
I'm here.
Sharon was saying the same thing. She is here, which is good.
All right.
So, well, you guys, neither one of you were on last week. So what we talked about, I'll just kind of do a recap. I don't know who else is going to jump on here. We'll go through this and kind of get you guys up to speed to help out. Maybe I'll do this. Let me see if I can actually share my screen with you, and I'll show you kind of what we were talking about last week. Don't mind my 9,000. Is it up there? Watching soon. One sec. Let me see if it's on there. So let's go here.
I saw the replay.
Oh, you did? Okay, great. Michael, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Everyone else?
I think everybody's doing good. We got a couple that are here. So, fantastic. So how you been? Long day again for you?
Yes. Very long.
Another long day. Well, I appreciate you, man, for hanging out, coming in here. So last week we talked to those. We're just getting ready to get started. I don't know if anybody else is going to pop on. We're about 6:05 right now. We'll just go ahead and jump into this. So last week we were talking about the homework, or actually going through the 6-step formula, the basics right here for getting into alignment. And I know that Michael, we had talked a little bit about going through some of these things. Did you get a chance to actually look at any more of these videos at all?
I did not. No. I wanted to start looking at the last ones that he just released.
Okay.
I had been through the first I think 4 or 6 that he had put in there.
Okay.
Up
Good.
to the point where he talked about picking out your niche and deciding what your group was going to be revolving around.
Okay. Very good.
I think that's where I left off.
How about you, Soledad? Have you watched any of these videos yet? Have you got a chance to see these?
Yeah, I watched actually up to business builders or customers, and I think I'm gonna do the
Okay.
business builder.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. How about you, Sharon? Have you seen any of these at all?
I have, but not recently. I looked at, I did them before, but I have to do, I need to do it again.
So that's what I was saying. That's what I was going to suggest to you guys. If you haven't gone through these, I went through all of them, and then I actually ended up answering the questions, which we'll get to in just a second here. But I kind of went back through, and this was actually right before last week's call. I started going through these, and it really, we talked a little bit about putting this picture together to be able to, kind of lay the foundation for what we want to do and how we want to go forward in our businesses. And Gavin's just done a great job of doing that. And these videos really kind of portray that. And so as you go through, I spent probably, 35, 40 minutes putting together my perfect avatar. So this one here, your audience here, as you go through this thing here, he's actually given us some good tools in here to actually walk you through your perfect avatar. So the action steps. So this is probably a really good place to start. And I found that when I was actually doing this, I brought these questions up and I started walking through these questions for myself. And I just started reading these. I found out that a lot, my perfect audience, my perfect prospect is really a lot like who I am, the pains and the problems that I have. And so as you're going through this, it actually gives you, let me see if I can bring the worksheet up, time management. And then he actually gives you examples in here as well as you go through. Yeah, this is cool. This will bring this up for you guys. So I don't know if you've seen this or not, but this is 14 crucial questions to define your perfect audience avatar. So really what we're finding is our target audience, who we're going to actually be marketing to. When we know that, then we can actually create content that will actually be able to attract them to us as we're going through that, because we're going to be able to answer their pains, their problems, their questions, whatever they're dealing with. That's what we're going to be able to do. So, and this asks some of those questions, and as you go through it, I'm not going to read, I'll let you guys read through those, but what is the person, what is it like to be this person? So he actually kind of asks you specific questions that are kind of, it makes you think. So you have to go through this. And I put this off for a long time because there's some work involved in it. But I was really glad that I did, because I really saw, okay, this is kind of the foundation. And Mike and I talked about this before. I've kind of had an avatar that I've put together before, but not as detailed as this and not as specific as this. And so that's what, these are great questions. If you haven't seen these, go ahead and can go through those as well, because that'll give you an idea. And then right down here, it says, here's a few examples. And so you can actually go through, and Gavin's written 2 examples, one for Time Management Network, marketing for your perfect audience avatar. And then he's done one specifically for the Networking Superstars perfect audience. So that was that he put together for the type of people that he wanted to attract to the Networking Superstars platform. And so he's actually written that out, and you can read through those. And what I did was actually read through it, and I kind of set it down for a little bit. And then I said, okay, who is it that I'm looking for, and who am I looking to attract? And as I started going through those, I go, oh, okay, this is pretty good. So I actually went through that. So for you gals that may not have gotten all the way through this, let me go ahead and close this up. These were a couple of things to kind of go through to kind of get things going. Crafting your message to match your market. So that's another thing too. And so when you're putting together your Facebook groups, does everybody have a Facebook group already set up? I know, Mike, you've got one set up.
Yeah.
Okay. Soledad, have you got yours set up?
I do, but I haven't done anything about it.
Well, that's why I say, if you guys are wanting to move forward and kind of get the ball rolling here, I would say, kind of make a list of that, work on getting, because in this video, he walks you step by step through actually setting up your Facebook group, then matching your message to your market, what you're going to call your group. And then see, because once you get this set up, then you can actually start moving people to that. And I know for me, that was kind of one of the hardest things that was the puzzle pieces weren't put together, but once you get them connected and put together, then you start flowing and just adding people, and then you start a routine and a system to do it on a, kind of on a regular basis, so you kind of know what you're doing and how you're doing it. And that's really, really the key here. So this is kind of really the platform of getting the foundation laid. Once you get through this, you're going to find that, as you're inviting people, as you're talking to people, as you're, sharing around, and I can show you this too down the road. I've actually created, I think I've mentioned this before, I've got a Word doc that actually step by step walks through with scripts on it that I basically copy and paste. And most of the scripts are pretty much the same. Well, they're the same for me when I'm giving them to other people. And I know a lot of people talk about not using scripts, because they look scripty and fake, but I've actually written these, and I was telling you about those, how I've written them to actually kind of, be conversational, so it doesn't actually look like it, so that everybody gets it. And I've had a lot of good responses for that. Hold on one sec, guys. I got some noise coming in. Okay, let's try that. Sorry about that. I got a video playing in the background here. I got too many things going on at once. I'm recording another video in the background. So it's another conference call that I wanted to be on, but this one was top priority. So anyway, so that was kind of the key thing for me. And I know that, when I know what I'm going to do, and it's kind of systematic now. So when somebody kind of, comes to the group, I know which, off of that sheet, I know which one I'm going to copy and paste and send right to them. And so it just makes the thing flow a lot easier. And I'm finding now I'm actually talking to a lot more people. I had 3 more people this week that were interested in kind of getting plugged into the, not actually my network marketing business, but another affiliate product that I've been promoting as well. And I'm just seeing this more and more of it's happening because I've got the system set up now, and I'm actually able to walk people through. And that's really what Gavin's goal's been in kind of setting this up. And he's actually given us everything to kind of be able to share. So those are good things. Facebook groups, and I'm going to ask you guys some questions here in a second, let you guys talk too. And designing your graphics as well. He goes through this, and if you don't have graphics for your Facebook page, he actually walks you through, and he's got a couple of resources in here that if you're not technically inclined to be able to do that at all, you could actually hire somebody to be able to put the graphics together for you. But Canva, I don't know, have you guys heard of Canva?
Yeah, yes. I did mine on Canva.
Okay, good. Yeah, Canva's a really good tool to be able to use to actually create those as well. I do most of my stuff. I've been using Photoshop for the last 5 or 6 years, so I've kind of gotten somewhat adept at using that. So that's what I use to create all my graphics, YouTube, thumbnails, all that kind of stuff with as well. So, and then the lead magnet as well. There's another gal in the group that Nicola, I don't know if you guys were in the Total Money Project. She just posted her lead magnet in there. It has to do with health and wellness. She asked me to kind of look over that. I was looking over that today. So if you don't have something like that, that's another good thing to start attracting people to your group, something that you can actually give away. And that's kind of a trade-off to get people into the group. And once you can actually set your group up as well, because typically you want to generate leads. And if you're using your group, it can actually save information there. So what I actually do is there's 3 questions that you can ask when you invite somebody into your group. And the questions I ask is how did you hear about me? So where did you find this? So I've got them coming in off of Instagram or Facebook. So usually I kind of know where they've come from. Usually if it's Instagram, then I'm kind of lean more towards Instagram when I'm sharing and talking with them. Or if it's Facebook, then I'll just kind of go right into the 7-step process and give that to them right away. So that's a lead magnet that you can use as well to bring somebody into your group if you're kind of using the network marketing side of things to bring people in as well. So my group is designed, around that. It is, how to leverage social media to build your network marketing business. So all of those tools are actually good tools for me to actually attract people into my group. Now, others will have health. So Nicola's the ones that I was looking at today. Hers is designed around health. So the things that she's talking about has to do with her health, MLM, or network marketing business. And so the lead magnet she created actually answered several health tips that she put out there. I don't know if you guys saw that. You can actually look at her deal on the Total Money Project Facebook group. She's posted it in there. So that's her lead magnet now. And so I was asking her a couple of questions on that, because she doesn't actually have a capture page for that. Typically, you want to set up a capture page so you can actually get their email addresses. But that was kind of the point that I was getting to. It. Those 3 questions at the when somebody's coming into your Facebook group. First one, I ask them where they see me. The second one is what they want to learn in this group. And the third one is I always ask for their email address. Now, not everybody's going to give you any of that information. And then from that point, you can kind of determine whether you're going to let them in your group or not. I typically will look at their Facebook profile. And if it's anybody that's dealing with network marketing, anything like that, I'll let them in the group. But if somebody that has nothing to do with anything like that, I usually don't let those guys into my group. So that's kind of just something that you can do. But that'll actually give you their email address. And then if you're using, I don't know if you guys are using, I'm going to show you this. Here's mine. So I kind of adapted this. So from the very first time that I started, let me see what I got here with the total money. This is Gavin's. And I kind of color code so you can kind of see this. Here's what I'm doing here. So this is what he's given out is that $1 million prospecting spreadsheet. So everybody that comes into my group, I copy and paste their name into here. And then this is the process in which, I'm actually going through and connecting with them. Somebody that says, yeah, or that actually begins the conversation with me, I will use this to carry on that conversation and hopefully try to either get them through. You can see up here, I've kind of color coded it. So I've got the 7 steps offered or my 10K. That was for the group, 10K group followers on my Instagram. So that's my other lead capture, or the 10-day bots, or the MLSP secrets is another thing that I use as well. So that's what I'm using. So I put them right into here. And then what I was saying about that is the email addresses. I'll put their email addresses right here as well. So I'm collecting those email addresses to be able to, contact them as well if they ever get out of the group or whatever. So I can still market to them from that. So that's just another way of doing that as well. So lead magnet's a good thing to set up. Have you guys, anybody thought about it? Started a lead magnet at all?
I haven't started it yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
With your emails that you're collecting, Bob, do you manually enter those into like an autoresponder, or how do you? I've
not really done anything with those ones yet, other than put them in there. I have them, and part of the reason I haven't really done anything with them is because I'm actually able to contact those people in the group. So as long as they're in the group, my group, I can actually message them. And here's how I'll share with you how I do that as well. So most of the people that come into my group come through my chat bot. So my lead capture, I don't actually capture their email. So I don't have actually Gavin has the 7 steps where you actually click the download that guide, and then it brings up, you have to put your email address in there.
Right.
I don't do that. I take them directly over to ManyChat. And what ManyChat does is if they want the ebook from there, they'll click yes. And then that automatically takes their name and their email address, and it stores it in ManyChat. So I'm using my chat bot to actually collect those. And so with that it's almost like an autoresponder as well. So anybody that's in there, and that's what I was telling you guys before, because ManyChat's free to use. And if you don't go elaborate with it, at least use it to bring people into your group, or at least, give your lead capture away with that, because then you can actually send them a broadcast. Once they become a subscriber for you, it's almost like an autoresponder, and you can actually then go back and broadcast. And you can also set tags up. So when somebody comes through and grabs my, how to get your first 10,000 followers on Instagram guide, there's a tag on that says that's where they came from. So they came from Instagram and they grabbed that. So then I can go back into ManyChat and say, well, I've got an affiliate product that I want to share with these guys down the road. So I can actually message or send a broadcast directly to those people and exclude everybody else in that. So it's a pretty powerful tool. There's not a lot, to actually setting up a simple chat bot. But from there, then what I do is I actually have another button on there that they can actually join my group with as well. So when they come through, they can download the guide, and then there's another button there in which I say, hey, go ahead and why don't you join our group if you want to learn more about leveraging social media to build your network marketing business. And so I add that join my group button. Some people do, some people don't. Those people that don't click on that button, I'll come back to them later, and I'm going to actually automate this as well. But those people that actually don't click on the join will get another message from me saying, hey, I saw that you downloaded the guide. would love to have you in the group. This is what we do in this group. Would you like to be a part of that? And every once in a while, somebody will say, yeah, okay, I'll join the group. So they're coming in the group that way as well. So you can kind of see, some of the things I'm sharing, just how this actually will start working and flowing if you get the basics down, or the foundations down, that you can actually just kind of set these things through. And this stuff doesn't have to be elaborate, massive and perfect action. And that's what, Nicola, when she created hers, she still has to do some work on her lead capture page, or her lead magnet, because it's basically, she doesn't have to do anything with it. But one of the things I suggested was basically all text. And I'm a really visual person, and if I open up a document that has nothing but text in it, the chances of me making it through that are very slim. But if it has some pictures in there, at least something visual that I can walk through, and it's broken up in kind of, subheadings and topics and that kind of stuff, it's easier to follow through. And you don't want it to be a real long document. You want somebody to be able to get through that in about 5 or 10 minutes max, so they're not spending a lot of time on it. You basically want to give them something of value in return for either getting them in your group or giving them their email address. So that's kind of what the lead magnet does, and how important that is when you're getting started with that. Okay, this is a new one he just put in there. Complete your 6-step formula feedback. Oh, no, this is the form. So one of the things Gavin put in here, and this was one of my goals, my homework goals last week, and I actually got it done. I worked hard to get it done. I was going to share it with you. I couldn't find the actual document. I wanted to actually write all these questions down and have them all available. So as you go through this is the goal that Gavin wanted us to complete. Going through this list was really to do that, to watch the videos, the homework steps in there, to either, doing your avatar, or, getting at least started on a lead magnet, and doing these kind of things. Because then he asks these questions in here, getting clear on your direction, being a business builder or customer. If you've decided that's what you're going to do in there, and that's what Soledad, you said you're going to be a business builder as well.
Right.
Looking for business builders. I think both Mike and I are in that same boat as well.
Yeah.
And then, identify your perfect audience. So now, he talked about interviewing, and, that might be a good step. But I mean, if that's something that's holding you back from doing this, I didn't interview people other than the people I normally talk to that are network marketers. And that's how I kind of got a good feel, because I've been talking with network marketers. I kind of know that, and I'm talking to them on a regular basis, because I get people coming at least on the list on a regular basis. So I took that, and that's really kind of what I made my avatar from on that as well. And then you can define your niche on this thing. Does anybody know what their niche is that they're actually going after?
I think I'm going to go with video marketing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this question, though, Michael. So if you're going to go with video marketing, are you actually going to so you talked about targeting business builders, and so if you're doing video marketing, are you still going to be targeting network marketers as you're doing your video marketing?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a good thing. So your actual niche is going to be network marketers, and then your sub niche under that is going to be able to use YouTube to actually
right.
get a hold of
Yes.
So, good deal. Soledad, how about you?
I find I've been a little bit torn over this your target, and Gavin has suggested gearing it towards other network marketers, and that's what my group is. And I have it, the name of my group has to do with attraction marketing, and I have maybe 125, 150 people in there. I haven't been as active with it as I should be, but I find that I don't know how to transition from talking about, helping them with network marketing stuff to getting them to join my business. You know what I mean? My business is more, health and wellness. Okay. So I've been torn, and I thought, well, should I have a group, having more to do with health and wellness, because I would feel more comfortable with content in that area, so I've been really torn on this subject.
I hear you, and I understand that. And let me just kind of share this with you. one of the things, because I'm also in the health and wellness, and the transition is I've been focusing more and more on the networks marketing side of this as people come into the group, and I'm sharing that. A lot of those people that are coming in, they're already in network marketing, and they're already in internet. I actually asked Gavin this very question. I think it was last week when he did his call, because I think that's, who do you talk to and who do you actually make that transition to? And so again, some of that's going to take feel. And as you're actually asking people those questions, and I just, you know what, I'm gonna post this in our group as well. I just came across. Let me show you guys this. This is really cool. So, and I'll post this in here. Is that it? Let's see what we got here. That's the 7 steps guide. So I came across this that a gal put out, and I'm kind of taking it and making some of this stuff my own as well. But the questions in here goes, and asking some of those, the obvious questions. What do you do? And that might be something that's on their website or on their Facebook page or whatever else. How long you've been in the industry? Are you building your business full-time or part-time? Is this your first company? What attracted you to this particular company? So these are really basic questions that you can ask. And then as you're kind of moving it down, you get to medium questions. Do you have a blog? Do you have video? These are some of the things that we're talking about now to actually brand yourself, to become the authority in the marketplace. How are you currently generating leads online? So that's another question. How are you currently marketing yourself online? So you're asking these other questions to kind of define where they are, what they're doing. And then you kind of start getting into harder questions. And this may be what, Sharon, what I think you're kind of getting to. So how do I make this transition? Well, asking the right questions will obviously, give you the answers you're looking towards who you're actually going to send your presentation to for your business. So are you happy with the money that you're making? Do you have a marketing plan or blueprint to follow? Do you have a daily method of operation to follow? How good is your company training? Is it helping you to get good results? So again, as you're asking those questions, the feedback that you're going to get on those is going to determine whether you're going to say, okay, if somebody's going, man, my company sucks. They don't have any help. They don't do anything. I'm not making any money. Well, somebody that maybe that negative might not be a good fit for you anyway. But those are kind of the questions that you're asking. You know what I'm saying? That if they're at least saying, you know what, I'm not really getting. I really want to do more, but I just can't. Get the help that I'm getting. Well, listen, that's when you can kind of open up and change, that subject again. And then it goes to some pain questions too. How much money do you want to make? What would you do with the money that you're making? So again, you can kind of transition to that, start talking about your compensation plan. I've got something that you might be interested in. Would you be willing to take a look at it? And then, that's where you make that transition to where, you could actually share your business with them as well. So,
okay.
So I've got this, and I'll put that in the group so you guys can have this as well. Because I just came across this, and I go, oh my gosh, these are some really great questions. It's something that again, what I'll probably end up doing with this is transfer some of these to my Word doc that I'm using on a consistent basis to actually be able to share, those copy and paste that information to people. So some of these questions will be copy and pasted, in there. So I'm not having to actually think about it. So when somebody comes on your group, and like I say, when somebody comes in my group, I send them a direct message right away. Say, hey, I just approved you for the group. Thanks so much. Glad you're here. Blah, 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 a couple things. And then I usually ask a question like, where are you? What do you do for work? Because I want them to respond. And if they respond, they've started the conversation. And then now I can move through that conversation and start giving them bits of the information. I want to lead the conversation. So I'm giving them bits of information that I want the answers to. And there's every once in a while, you'll get somebody that says, oh yeah, I want to talk to you about this, 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 and this. And I'm just, I'll either try and bring it back, but there's not enough time in the day to really, and there's some people that you will have conversations with that you'll just kind of resonate with and you'll kind of share with, but you don't want to spend, a week talking to somebody, just chit-chatting to find out that they're not even interested in network marketing or health and wellness in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you want to do that, to get on Facebook, that's great, but it's not going to help your business at all. If you know what I mean. So that's kind of a good thing, and I'll put that together, and I'll put that in our group deal for us as well. So graphics, and then it goes through that. So let me ask, so any questions? What are you guys up to? What are you doing? What do you need help with? Any thoughts, comments? Don't be shy. Come on.
Okay, so the groups are all of them, are all the people in your groups, are they network marketers, or can it be a mixture of non-network
I
marketers?
have a huge mix in mind, and probably
Okay.
primarily here's the reason for this, Odell, is that I do have my main network marketing company is in health and wellness. Okay, actually I have two that I'm actually, and I actually kind of fill people out depending on where I'm going to send them through on that. But I also have another affiliate product that actually helps marketers to, learn how to brand themselves, to generate leads, to do those kind of, and has some other tools for network marketers. So I actually will bring in just about anybody into my group that's looking to leverage social media to grow. So that could be local business owners. I've got some local people that have come through. I got real estate agents that are in there. I've got a car dealerships that have come in there. So there are other people like that have come through and that are in my group that I'll begin to start marketing, find out where they're at, and find out what direction that they want to go to with this. If they just want to build their network marketing business, that's great. I have the tools to be able to offer them for that. So that's a good part about this is we're doing this. We do have some tools with what Gavin's laid out with the 6-step sponsoring process that you can access an affiliate product that you can share with them that's going to help them to build their business. And so anybody that's in network marketing, it doesn't matter which network marketing company is, whether it's health and wellness, whether it's travel, whether it's whatever, can use these 6 steps to create a new warm market to build their business. And that's really what we have to offer them. And so that's an affiliate product there. So I have several different affiliate, things that I'm sharing, Gavin's I'm using. I'm leaning heavily and looking forward to when he actually gets back to the bots training, because I really feel that this is actually going to be something that's going to really explode over the next year or so. And I want to kind of make sure that I've got a handle on that. I just did an interview of a gal, maybe you guys have seen her, Eva Hollestad, I think is her last name, how you pronounce it. She's from Norway but lives in Spain. She's been in the group. So, and she is just went through the bots training. She just picked up her recruiting bot and is putting that in implement. I just did an interview with her. I interviewed her for our group. One of the things I do for my group, and this may be something you guys might want to think about as well, is that I actually do something. My group's called the Networking Nomads, and so I do what's called the Networking Nomads Spotlight, where people that are actually, taking they're either marketers, they're social influencers, or they're massive action takers. And what I'll do is just kind of recognize them in the group, and I do an interview with them. So I'll jump on a Zoom call like this and just ask them a bunch of questions of how they got involved, what are they doing, what social media platforms they're using. Did they have some sort of network marketing background or somebody in their family that was an influence? So I do that as well to kind of help, and I put that in the group. Again, all of these things are to create engagement, curiosity, and all of those things help to kind of actually build, the business, the brand, and those kind of things. So I think the long answer to that is you can get different people in there if you have the tools that you're going to offer them. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. So I think it makes a big difference to be able to do that. And that's part of the reason, because, Sharon, I struggled too with before with, do I do the health side of this? Because I was doing more health posts. I was doing more health content, but that's not really my forte or specialty. But you ask that question. Sometimes you have to go with what you know and what you're confident in.
So I don't feel as confident with yes, I've done lots of trainings. I've taken lots of stuff on attraction marketing. I just I know that I know a lot more than others do, but I don't feel like I'm actually benefiting and using it and getting leads the way, so I feel kind of like a fraud telling people I can help them when I'm not doing it myself. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that. I think part of that too is the learning process of that. If you have the tools for them to be able to generate the leads, and I think as you're going through that, that's part of that learning process as well. I think we all go through that. Some of the times I'm just going, you know what, I'm sharing with people how to do this, but I know it does work, and I know that I have gotten leads from it. I may not right in this moment. I'm not getting something. I'm not being successful at it, but that's okay, because as long as I'm continuing at it, you're going to grow and you're going to be. But you got to know this, that there are plenty of people behind you, and Gavin talks about it. It's yellow belt marketing. And this is one of the hardest things for me as well. Sometimes I just don't realize it, because I see a lot of those bigger influencers, those people that have, that are getting lots of leads and all of this kind of stuff. And I think, as I'm getting on and sharing and doing my videos and that kind of stuff, that those are the people that are going to be watching my stuff. And they're just going to go, none of those people are going to come alongside me. But the bottom line is I don't want those people. I want the people that are under me that maybe, and they could just be, a week behind me, 2 weeks behind me, or they could be a year behind me that want to learn something that I have to offer them. And as long as you continue to offer value and give something that will help them to go forward, then you're going to be, you will grow. You're going to see your leads continue to increase. And then you're going to be able to, I think, get more sales and signups in your business as you go through that. So it's not necessarily, you don't want to fake it till you make it. Because I think you don't have anything to offer and you're not adding value to somebody, they're going to know that and they're not going to stick around. So, and that's really kind of the key thing. So anybody got any other questions? We've got a couple more minutes and this may shut off on us, but we'll go right to the end if you got anything else you want to share or talk about. So let's do this, guys. Let's really kind of push. For those of you that haven't gotten through, maybe set a goal to do maybe at least a couple of these things for next week and do this. Let's kind of, go through the list, pick at least 2 things, put it in the group and tell us that you're going to get it done. And that way we can hold you accountable to doing that. And it'll help you to get a little bit farther. Because I know that that's a hard thing sometimes. You just go, man, I just need a little bit more accountability to get started, kind of move that direction. So how's that sound? Does that sound cool?
Sounds good.
You guys go through that? Because, I mean, if you're really wanting to get started, you've got to get through this. This right here is going to lay the foundation for everything else to fall into place. Because really the other things that you're going to be doing, the 5-day challenge, we were going to talk a little bit about that, or the, giving out the 7-day or the 7 steps or the bot, whatever it is, or any other affiliate thing that you guys are going to do, really doesn't make any difference because the goal is to get people in the group to warm them up, to be able to share your network marketing business. And if you don't have that in place, you can't really do that. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to be able to start doing that and processing that as you go. So that would be the biggest thing. So if you want to start seeing those results, you got to get through these steps here. So that's the next one. And I think Gavin's going to start. He's going to be gone for the next few days to that funeral for his grandma. But when he gets back, I think he's going to do some more stuff on really kind of the 6 steps. And we're going to kind of move into that as well. We've kind of been hammering this, but like I said, part of the reason for that is because this stuff is really essential for you to kind of move to the next level as well. So, alrighty then, we're at 6:39. It'll probably close out here. So, any other questions?
No.
No.
I just want to say I really appreciate you guys coming here and spending some time. I know this is, it's a desire of yours. You guys are faithful and you're wanting to grow, and just take it one step at a time. That old saying, this is kind of what keeps me going is, how do you eat an elephant? You do it one bite at a time, because, if you try and take too much, it is overwhelming. So if you pick it apart and say, okay, I'm just going to get this done for next week. Maybe it's only one thing, put one thing in the group, but this is what I'm going to do, and then work towards that and get that done, and then start adding to that. And it won't be long before you see this, all of these puzzle pieces will come together, and you'll be at a place where you're starting to move forward on that. So I just want to encourage you in that. Just keep moving forward. Always keep moving forward, a little bit at a time. Because I know it's tough, man. We're all working hard, and this is kind of something that we're focusing in on. So a little bit at a time is going to get you to where you need to be. Okay. So I will do this. I will go ahead and I'll work on that thing and put it over there in the group so you can have those questions as well. Is there anything else that you could think of that might help you guys as well when you're going through?
So where are you going to post that?
I'll post that in our, our Tribe 4 group.
Okay.
So I'll put it in there, and then you guys can grab it from there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Bob.
All right. Well, you guys, hey, have a great night, and I'll be chatting. I'll see you in the group there as well. Okay.
Very good.
Remember, pick one thing, post it, and let's get her done.
All right.
Okay, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
All right. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.